What's going on there? Something like a podcast fan. This is Aaron Swim here, episode 21.
This is episode 21. I am the one RM. And this episode is going to pay a lot of tribute to Kobe Bryant.
Sad. What
is
happened.
Very sad that what happened. And us, like the rest of the world, a lot of people are taking it very hard. I took it, well, first of all, I just kind of want to go into how we first found out about the situation. So how did you find out first?
I was watching Twitch that day, and I was watching a UK streamer. I forget. Sorry, I forgot on what his name was. But all of a sudden, he looked down. And he's like, "Oh shit!" He's like, "Kobe Bryant died in a plane crash." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
I got literally set up in the bed, like, "What?"
Yeah.
And I scrolled through social media. I was looking because TMZ was reporting, and you can't believe what TMZ says half the time.
Okay, but I'm gonna give you this. TMZ is kind of like a tabloid type
That's what
of
I'm saying.
outlet,
You can't
but
really
I'm gonna
believe.
be honest with you. A lot of stuff they come out with is accurate.
Yeah,
it's
but like
very
I said,
accurate.
But I like I said, people were saying about it was hard saying
Yeah.
what TMZ is really a questionable source.
Yeah.
So I kept looking, and then I went on Twitter, and Adrian Wojcinski, or whatever, if I'm saying that right. He's a NBA analysis, ESPN. When he broke the news, I knew it was factual because he is really legit.
Yeah. So you sent me a text.
Yes, I did.
I was at work. You sent me a text, and my nephew called me. So when my nephew, he's actually.
So who sent it first? Was I did, or he called you first?
You sent the text first, but not to cut off our stream of thought, but today is my youngest nephew's birthday, so I just want to give a shout out to him. It's his 17th birthday, so happy birthday,
buddy.
Shamar.
Yep.
But my oldest one, he's in Texas right now, so he called me. He usually doesn't call me unless it's something important. So when I read your text, I was like, and then you kind of put a question, is this true? And I'm like, nah, that can't be true. Kobe Bryant, no. And then when I called him back, I called him first because I was like, okay, he's calling me. It's got to be something serious. So he's like, did you hear? And I'm like, no.
And
this
you knew
can't
that.
be. Yeah.
You knew when I was and say, yeah, my co-host just texted me.
Yeah, he
on
just
it.
texted. Yeah, and we talked very little, and because I was at work. So when I hung up with him, I was telling another guy that I work with that we always talk sports. So I said, you'll never guess what I just heard. And he's like, what? I said, Kobe Bryant died. He was like, no, he didn't. And I was like, I don't know. I have the same feeling. Like he can't, not Kobe. So there's the break room that we have. It's two break rooms, and it's separated by like a door wall. So in the break room we were in, the TV was on, and he was like, well, if that's true, it'd be all over TV. And it wasn't on the TV we were watching. So he said, hold on. So he went into the other break room and peeked his head in, and then he just came out and was like, yeah. And I was just like, that. It's tough, man. So what really got me is watching the other NBA players. I don't know if you've seen the videos of how tough they've been taking it.
Yeah, it's really been taking it tough.
It's tough.
I haven't really been following since I've been streaming. Like I said, I really dropped off of sports big time.
Yeah. I've been watching a lot of Kobe's old games. And I kind of do want to get into a few different things about this.
I just want to know what happened with the helicopter.
Yes.
What else the helicopter go down there like that? Why was his daughter on the plane to begin with? Was they traveling? Where was they going? Like this is the answers that I want because of everybody out there that's probably listening or that heard about this, that's crushed about it. I want to know what the hell happened.
Yeah, well, I did some research, especially this morning, because I had a lot of questions.
Same.
And I do want to talk about this dream I had because it's really weird. So, and I'm not going to go into the whole dream. So, sometimes dreams, they start off one way and then they go in a whole different direction.
Dreams don't make sense.
But I did look up to the meaning for the dream that I had. First, let's talk about what happened. Then I'll get into the dream and what I think this dream meant. So, the question to me was, Kobe Bryant, Kawhi Leonard, and Kylie Jenner are just a few of the people who use this service. So this is like a luxurious helicopter service. The pilot has 8,000 hours. This is everything I read. The pilot had 8,000 hours of flight time. So there's this adage that there's 10,000 hours to master something. So he was almost like a master level pilot. The Los Angeles Police Department grounded all of their helicopters because the fog was so thick. So they didn't even have their helicopters fly in this type of weather. So apparently LA has this terrible traffic. So instead of going through the traffic, because Kobe's daughter had a tournament, so it was Kobe's daughter, it was a few of her teammates and her teammates' parents. So it was 9 people on this helicopter. They take the helicopter, that way they don't have to get stuck in this LA traffic. But this is what I don't understand.
If they would have did something different, they'd still be alive today.
Okay, yeah. But this is what I don't understand. I'm going to tell you what happened, and then I'm going to tell you why I don't understand it.
Okay.
So apparently they were up in the air, and the fog is thick, so they can't see. So the pilot had to contact air traffic control to get clearance to fly in this type of weather. So what the pilot was doing, he was kind of circling the area, waiting for this clearance. But this is what I don't understand. If it's that bad and you have I don't care who it is. I mean, much respect to Kobe and everything, but I don't care if it's the garbage man. If you're putting someone at risk to die flying, don't fly.
Exactly. That's what I agree with that. So why?
Yeah.
So knowing that it was a big risk, why did you say, Mr. Bryant, I'm sorry.
Yes.
I know that you're paying me probably X amount of dollars, but this is not happening today. Because if we do this, you could die, I could die, whoever's on this plane. So let me get this straight. So the pilot's dead, obviously. He went down with the plane. Obviously, his daughter, Kobe's gone, and the parents and her teammates are all dead.
Yeah, it was 9 in total. No survivors.
No survivors from this plane crash.
No. So they did an investigation, and they had some expert pilots come and speak on it. So apparently they're saying that the pilot could have been confused because the fog was so thick, he didn't know. I guess you can get disoriented. You don't know up from down or left or right. So apparently the helicopter took off quick, and then it came down even faster and slammed into the side of a hill, I guess. And it exploded on impact. But don't these helicopters have gauges in it?
Supposed to, yes.
So even if you can't see, you can read your gauges and kind of tell if you're upside down, left or right. You should be able to see
That's what I'm saying. So what did this guy do that was messed up? Did he not pay attention, or what was he like? I'm trying to say, what, he got too scared or get too oriented and couldn't think?
That I don't know. So that's still in the question. There's a lot of questions that are coming out. So my first questions were, if nothing hit the plane, then how did the plane go down?
Exactly.
But then again, if the fog's really thick, this is something that I want to look up, and everybody else listening, they might want to look this up too. How tall was this hill? Because if you're in a helicopter and they say they're like 2,000 feet in the air, how low did they have to come down to hit the hill? So my question is, and again, you have these gauges. So if nothing hit the helicopter, what brought it down to that level?
I'm not saying conspiracy, but hopefully nobody wants to kill Kobe Bryant, but this couldn't be a hit, could it?
Okay, so remember we talked about in a different episode about cartoons predicting deaths?
Yeah, basically.
So there's this cartoon called Chamberlain High, something Chamberlain High. And in the cartoon, it had Kobe Bryant in a helicopter, and it crashed and exploded. Now, this is a piece of shit cartoon. First of all, the cartoon's a piece of shit anyway.
Are you serious?
Yes, the cartoon is a piece of shit anyway. But even The Simpsons, so you're talking about a cartoon that is highly regarded as something great. It's been on for how many seasons? 30-some seasons? I don't know how long The Simpsons have been on. But they've even had celebrities die in our cartoons, and then they die in real life. We talked about this. Even the Family Guy.
Yeah, in the same way.
In the same way.
Probably a little different, but in the same way.
In the same way.
So how do they know all this?
That's what I don't get it. So
something's not right here.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm saying I don't want to say conspiracy, but
it could have been a conspiracy. Because like I said, how did the helicopter get that low to crash into that hill? Like, so I've seen some pictures. It was that big ass hill that's standing right there. So how did that helicopter get that low? No way. This guy almost had a 10,000 hours. How did he just get disoriented? What was up from down? Down is up. Side to side. Left to right. Like, how did he not know?
That's the questions I have is, okay, was there engine failure? Did something? I don't know.
I don't think it was engine failure, though.
I don't get it.
Because there was nothing in the air. Because if it's just fog, the fog is not. is not like debris. It's not like a rock. I could see if
it's a gas so much. So I mean, yeah, you fly through it. It's not going to interfere. No. But I'm just saying. And this is what I told another person. I said, I'm sure before they take off, they do maintenance on the helicopter. They look over it, make sure everything, because these are high profile people that you're flying. Exactly. And again, even if it was the garbage man around the corner, you still want to make sure he gets where he needs to get safely.
Exactly.
So it's just so many unanswered questions. And it's sad that, we lose a legend, but his daughter and even the other people who were on the plane or on the helicopter, I feel for those people too, because they have family. So it's got to come out.
There's going to be an investigation. The cops and the investigators are going to figure out what was what. Only people that know what happened in that helicopter is the ones that no longer heal. That was in it. We're not going to know the story because they took it to the grave. We're not going to know. We got to just put the pieces together. They'll investigate this right now. Since he's high, my issue is if this was somebody like you and I, would they be investigating as hard?
Okay, so somebody gave another example. They were like, and I didn't hear about this, but it was a few years ago where some plane just disappeared. And I think it had like 300 passengers on it. And of course, it's not going to get as much coverage because Kobe Bryant is like a global legend. So, as he should, because, he's impacted a lot of people in a lot of positive ways.
But I get that. But at the same time, a human life is a human life.
I agree with that.
Regardless if you're famous or not. If that was you and I on the plane, would they be bending over backwards to figure out how the hell that helicopter went down? If you and I crashed in that helicopter, like if we was in a helicopter and we perished in the helicopter, would they freaking try to figure that shit out? Probably not.
No.
Not as hard, though. They'll figure it out, but not as it would take their damn old time for it, just because we're not legends yet.
Yeah. But I know there's a lot of people who demand answers, so I guess some people...
I'm demanding answers. I want to know what the fuck happened. Excuse my French. I'm just a little frustrated because of the fact is that those people didn't have to die. What did that helicopter pilot do? We're questioning this. Mm-hmm. Almost 10,000 hours worth of
pilot
time. So what happened in that air that day that allows you to crash the helicopter? You couldn't get the oriented. I guarantee you he flied in fog before.
But I'm gonna give you this even better though.
Okay.
So I just thought about this. So why would you take flight
if you know
No. Let me give you this. Why would you take flight and then in the air ask for permission to fly in those conditions? You would do that before you took off, right?
You should be on the ground calling that in and say, hey, is it possible to...
So that sounds a little fishy then.
That is fishy. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
What does the audience think here? You guys let us know. I want to know, what do you guys think of, is this conspiracy? Was this conspiracy to commit murder on Kobe Bryant? Why would they? What did Kobe do if this is the case? What does people think? Because I smell conspiracy. This is my opinion.
Okay.
Opinions are always, they're not written in stone. So this is not solid concrete. Is that I feel like somebody was out to, again, especially when these cartoons are predicting death. Like you said in that one cartoon, they said Kobe Bryant was going to die in a helicopter crash. What just happened?
Yeah, and this is...
And how would they know that?
I don't know. So you can always... Okay, let's say I make
Illuminati?
a cartoon... But this is what I'm saying. Let's say I make a cartoon today, and I don't want to use anybody for an example because I don't want to put that out in the...
open.
Yeah, but let's say there's this high-profile character. I put him in his cartoon getting eaten by a shark. They can construct that. I mean, let's say I made this cartoon and 5 years later they say, okay, we want to take this person out. There's a cartoon of him getting eaten by a shark. Let's put him in this position, and they can set everything up.
Yeah, but it doesn't take much to do that.
Okay, but see, I don't even want to put that out there. What we are saying is these are the facts that are coming out.
Yeah,
and they don't make sense. So you have to question it. You can't just take what these people are saying for face value. Why would someone go in the air and then ask for clearance to fly in those conditions? You do that before you leave.
Exactly. Even though we're not pilots and we're not trained, but we know any human right mind would know.
Yes.
You should be on the ground. You call in and say, "Yo, air control, is it possible for me to
fly in these conditions?"
And you heal to the response. They say, "Nah, you get out." But they say, "Yeah, you go." So why is he sitting there circling?
Yeah, I guess he didn't want to fly through it. So they already knew where they were at. So I'm going to circle this area, wait for radio control to come back, air traffic control to come back and say, yes, you can fly. But they never got in contact with them. So by that time, see, that's why it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
If you're flying around waiting for something, then what causes you to...
It doesn't take them long. It doesn't take them long to get back to you after you radio it in.
But even so, yes, so you're right. So let's say 5 minutes, that's even way too long. But let's say it was 5 minutes. What happened in that 5 minutes that caused the helicopter to go down? It just, I don't understand.
It doesn't add up. Especially, this guy is a professional.
Yeah, he's a professional, and he works for this professional. This was a top-of-the-line, luxurious helicopter. I'm talking about celebrity status. So this is like top.
But let's question this then. So if this was conspiracy commitment, like I said, guys, this is not concrete. So what we're about to talk about, this is not concrete. If this was conspiracy to commit murder, why? What did Kobe do in his lifetime to get this? Or what was happening? Did he have secrets?
I don't know.
Did he have secrets that just didn't come to light yet? Again, this is some stuff that has to be answered. Like, I know we shouldn't be touching, I just want to touch on a little bit because I just want to know is what caused this man's death? Was it a conspiracy? Was it like, because again, it doesn't add up to the hours of the pilot, of the area, of the helicopter in the air, knowing that its fog is thick as pea soup, knowing that you're calling it in after you're up in the air?
Yeah,
come on.
But see, again, I really want to do my research and see how tall this hillside was, so I can understand how far the helicopter had to drop to hit it. Because what I read, I want to say, okay, so I did leave something out. He tried to fly above the fog. So he went up like supremely, he just went up high to kind of go over the fog. And apparently that's when the helicopter just like descended at a rapid pace. But I don't, but what?
That doesn't make sense. How?
I know something would have to hit or interfere with the helicopter.
They didn't find nothing that I know of. They didn't find them because they didn't talk about that I know of. They didn't find them. So if that's the case, would you assume that he would try to, whoa, Melly, to pull that up? Like, would he try to pull the helicopter going straight down like that? Would you? Anybody in the right mind that doesn't want to freaking die would try to pull it up.
Yeah, but that's what we're saying. This is a professional pilot.
Exactly. So unless something hit you, even if somebody hit you, even if something did hit you, you can still try to. They train you, and before they get into the air, they train you situations. Basically, they train you if this happened, this is what you should do. Mm-hmm. If that happens, that's what you should do. I guarantee you. Again, they have to train you. They have to train you for that.
But like you said, if you have 8,000 to 10,000 hours worth of pilot time, you've been through probably thunderstorms and rainstorms and all types of stuff.
What to do if this? Let's say if this happens, what do? You do this. If that happens, you do this. So they have every scenario pointed out what you need to do. So like I said, if he was up this, let's say the fog is right around here like this. I know the audience can't see it, but let's say if it's like this, and he's clear up to here like this, and he's trying to fly over it. How the hell you get from all the way uphill?
Yeah, that's.
Send
down and
down into that big hillside right there.
Sense.
Unless if you purposely went down like that, but if something did hit you and you did come down, why are you not pulling up on the stick?
I don't know.
Why are you not trying to avoid the crash?
This is as much sense as I can make out of it. So again, first of all, how did the plane or the helicopter get so low? I can understand if there's thick fog and you don't see the hillside.
Or maybe
you can, but the impact. I'm talking about impact. So that's what I'm saying.
It doesn't make sense. Because he saw the hillside. Because I saw the photo of the crash on social media. The way that the hillside. Let me see if I can pull it up right quick. Just because I'm really nosy, and I feel like this is horse crap of how these people died.
So while he's doing that, something that I guess the authorities for that area. They wouldn't let anybody, respectfully so, you have to respect the people who lost their lives in this tragedy. They wouldn't let anybody near the crash site. And if they did go to the crash site, it would be deemed a misdemeanor. So they could be arrested and put in, or held captive for it. But while you're looking that up, I do want to talk about the dream though. So I had this dream after I'm watching all Kobe Bryant's highlights and, just kind of mulling over it, and I still can't believe it. And I'm looking at the NBA players and the impact he's had across the world. I had this dream that night where it was a basketball court in an open field. So I look up into the sky. The sky's like purplish, bluish, and there's a bird flying in the sky. Now, something compelled me, I don't know why or what, to throw a rock at this bird that was flying in the sky. So after I throw the rock, I can't find the bird anymore. I don't know if I hit the bird or if I didn't hit the bird. So I get hazy for a little bit, and then I look off into the distance, and I see this, like, there's a difference between Miami palm trees and LA palm trees. So a Miami palm tree is like, I guess, closer to the ground and the leaves are longer. The LA palm trees have like a long, I guess you would call it the stalk or the bark of the tree. And then there's a few leaves at the very top. And when I looked at the top, I saw a swan on the tree. Now, when I did my research about swans and seeing swans in dreams, it was saying something about success or things of that nature. But the only thing I can come to grips was with all of these elements in the dream, it's just that they're in a better place looking down on us. Because the tree kind of signified LA, the sky was purplish, and like I said, the bird was flying and something told me to throw a rock at it. I don't know why. And the basketball court, it's a basketball court with an open field. So you have basketball and LA palm tree and the bird sitting on top. It was flying. I couldn't find it. Next time I saw it, it was in a tree. So that's what I kind of made sense was like they're in a better place just looking down on us. So outside of that, you pulled up
a video.
Okay.
So we know this is what they're saying. They know that we know that the helicopter was at 2,300 feet,
okay,
where it lost, altitude, yes, and with the air traffic control. Continue.
All right. So
we declared the rate of the helicopter was over 2,000 feet a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So we know that this was a high energy impact crash. Obviously, you can tell by the rubble, and the helicopter was in a distinguished point. So that's the hillside, if you can see right there.
It's not that high.
No, and see, look at that.
So that's the question that needs to be asked. If you're dropping that fast, that means you lost control of something or the engine failed. It's something. You just don't. It's not making sense.
I don't think that they lost control. I think this is my theory. I can have a theory because we all have right.
Yeah, say what you want.
This is what I think happened. So the day of the accident or the day of the crash, they're up there like you said, they're hovering, wait for air control. I'm not saying he got. This guy could not get. I don't think you could get, all like, oh my god, I'm so confused.
Yeah, he's a professional.
He's a professional. So what I'm thinking is, I think that he would try, like you said. Again, if he was hired, like I said, this is my conspiracy. If he was hired to commit murder, but like I said, I don't have a motive yet. But let's say if he went up here like this, high up there, because he had to go higher, because this right here, just looking like I said, the hills right here, this ain't gonna kill you.
Okay.
Because let's say if you would have slammed the plane down, the helicopter down right there, that ain't gonna kill you. Don't you have to go higher, correct? Yes.
Yeah.
And he went higher. That's what was said. Correct. So he went
2,300 feet. That's high as that's up
and where
there.
where he was right here previously trying to wait for air control. He went straight up there, and all of a sudden the helicopter just
nosedives.
Just nosedives descent. Come on now. There was no engine failure. Only thing that could see the figure is that they need to find the black box.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna come up.
No, I don't think it's gonna come up. I think it's destroyed. Whatever that.
But okay, so to your point, I don't know. See, this is the thing. We don't know anything about how pilots communicate and if you can hear certain things. But if you have the headset on, you should be able to hear everything that's going on in that helicopter.
That's what I'm saying. We keep looking around. This guy was well trained, well controlled. What happened? What happened in the air in the last 5 minutes of Kobe and everybody's life on that plane? I mean on the helicopter. I keep saying plane. And that's what I'm saying is what happened. Like I said, how you can go straight up like that and just nosedive 2,300 feet down like that? They just straight nosedive into that hill. Again, and after they were soaking in right here like this, and the hills right there, like they're soaking in right here like this. So how does that?
I don't know.
Like there had been a hit out on somebody on that helicopter.
I would hope not.
I hope not either. But the thing is, it doesn't add up.
It doesn't add up.
If you read between the lines and you take it off the bone piece by piece by piece, take the meat off the bone piece by piece by piece, you would definitely start to see what I'm saying. Like, I don't have no motive why, because again, we don't know what people do in their private life. I'm not saying that Kobe did anything. I didn't say that, so don't put words in my mouth. All I'm saying is
nobody did.
I'm not. You're talking about the viewers. I'm like, oh my God, you're such a. No, I'm not a hater. I'm just trying to figure out.
Because it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense if you guys really pay attention and read between the lines. Again, I guarantee you that the FBI or who's investigating don't know what's going on, or unless they know more than what they're telling. I don't know.
They have to, because like we just stated, if you have recordings of the helicopter contacting air traffic control, then I'm sure there has to be other recordings of what happened when the helicopter started to,
descent. Like, oh my God, oh no,
or just to say like, oh, I lost control, or
they'll be screaming something. Like, will we ever hear those?
I don't. I'm saying this. Respect to the families. That shouldn't come out.
No, they probably never gonna release that.
Yeah, that shouldn't come out. But I'm just talking about the problem. Like, the pilot, you come to a point in anything. Let's say you're driving down the road and you just lose control of the car. You're going to try to find out how to get control of the car again, or you're going to try to figure it out.
Exactly. It seems like this pilot didn't even try to get control of the plane the way that it nosedived. I guarantee you. The way that you see the Rebel, though.
Yeah. It
demolished it.
Yeah. Well, they said all you could see is like the fuselage and the tail of the helicopter. Everything else was just like spread across the hillside. So, I mean, if you descend from 2,300 feet, it's going to do that. But I don't want to harp on this too long. We're going to celebrate Kobe's life. We just had to talk about that because I read that this morning and I'm reading this stuff and these experts are coming out and they're saying this stuff, but it still doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. Like it says, the way that it doesn't look like the way that I'm looking into it. I'm just reading between the lines.
Yeah.
It looks like that the pilot didn't even try to pull up on the stick.
Yeah.
And the way that the Rebel looks, the way that looked in that picture in that video, no way in hell somebody trying to save somebody's life or the life of his life or those families on that helicopter and his his life. It wouldn't be looking like that. He would again. We keep going over it. He's a professional helicopter pilot. Yeah. You would try to land that son of a bitch. Like that's like Sully. If you heard about his story.
Who's this?
It was this plane pilot. Okay. His name was Sully, and he lost control of the plane up in the air, landed right on top of the Atlantic Ocean. They made a movie with Tom Hanks about it.
Oh, okay.
You remember that story?
That wasn't Castaway. No, that was something else.
It's called Sully.
It does ring a bell.
It's called Sully, yeah.
Okay, it rings a bell.
So you trying to tell me if that man was trying to do something harmful, why would he would have known that? You get what I'm saying?
Yes, and here's the difference though. So a helicopter is much easier to land than a plane.
He landed the plane on a freaking ocean.
Right, and a helicopter goes up and down. You can just come straight down. You don't have to like kind of
ease your way down.
Like glide into a stop. You just come right down.
Hello, did we just mind fuck you guys? Because if you really think about it, that's what I'm talking about. Is right there, like what RM just said. The way that the helicopter sits down easy. The planes are harder. Like I said, going back to that story, that if you guys heard about the Sully story, he landed it on the ocean. Something happened with when he was in the he had to do an emergency landing, but nobody died in that. But in this helicopter incident, I have respect for the people that lost their lives that day, sadly, is that why did the helicopter go straight down instead of making a try to safe landing? If something hit it and it was coming straight down, that pilot knows how, a pilot that's been trained that well knows how to set the damn thing down.
I'm going to leave everyone with this one question and then we're going to move on and celebrate his life.
Yeah, we got to move on.
The one question is, if the police department didn't even want their helicopters up in the air, then why did they fly? And I think the most important, why didn't they get clearance before they took off? Why do you go in the air and then ask for clearance? That doesn't add up.
No, it doesn't. And plus, you're putting your life on jeopardy. Plus, you're responsible as a pilot. You're responsible for everybody on the helicopter. Yeah. So anyways, let's go ahead and let's just talk about something.
But to celebrate Kobe's life, Kobe's done so many incredible things, and I'm talking about off the court, on the court, and beyond. Like his second chapter was just starting. You know, he had his daughter in basketball. He was the coach for the team. He won awards for his short story right after he retired. I mean, and his retirement was a great retirement. You couldn't go on top better than that. Michael Jordan didn't even go out like that. When Michael Jordan was with Chicago, he did hit that game winner for the NBA Finals, but he came back with the Wizards, so that's a little tarnished. But Kobe Bryant ended his career with the same team he played for 20 years. They gave him a farewell tour. In his last game, he scored 60 points. He went out like on top. You can't get any better than that. But I've seen when Kobe Bryant was 17, 18. Imagine this. You're 17, 18. Do you know who Brandy is? The singer Brandy?
I think I heard about him.
Okay. So let's just say there's this, who would be equivalent to Brandy right now? Let's say Rihanna.
Yeah.
You bring Rihanna to your high school prom. You're the man. Brandy was almost on the level of a Rihanna back then. Kobe took Brandy to his high school prom. He was the man at like 17, 18 years old.
And she was big before he got big.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Absolutely. She was a superstar. I think she was even on Moesha. Like, she had her own TV show. She was, she's been in movies.
She just went down now? Sounds like she went down a little bit because she ain't that big.
Well, yeah, there was an accident. She, I think there was a vehicular manslaughter accident that I think she accidentally hit somebody with her car. And then from that point, you really didn't hear too much about her. But besides that, Kobe, that's him. Before he even got to the NBA, he just had this cachet, this star quality power. I saw a video not too long ago. Kobe Bryant, he was still like 18, 19. You know Cindy Crawford, right? Do you know Cindy Crawford?
I heard that name sound familiar.
She was like a superstar model. I'm talking about top-notch model. Listen, if you know who Cindy Crawford is, please leave a like or something, because everyone knows who Cindy Crawford is. He was on this talk show with her, and she was just like in awe of him. Now, mind you, this woman is established. Kobe's only been in the league for like 1 to 2 years. And I'm talking about she was just all over Kobe. So before he even really had the star power of him on the court, he just had this charisma off of it. Like, people were just drawn to him. So that tells you so much. Jerry West seen something in Kobe. That's why he picked him. He had his eye on Kobe. Now,
no, they traded for him because
okay.
I think the
I'm glad you said
Timberwolves
that. Yes, I'm glad you said that. So, because I want to put this out there for people to really absorb this. How good Kobe Bryant was, where Jerry West, a genius of a GM, sees something in you. So this was like 1996.
He took Kenny from a baby.
Yeah, he did. But check this out. This was 1996. This was like the era of big men. Shaq, Hakeem Olajuwon, Patrick Ewing, David Robinson. I don't know if Tim Duncan was in the league yet. I think he was.
99. I think it was 99. I think 99.
Okay. But there's so many big centers where Alonzo Mourning, I can go on and on with all these big centers. So you're in an era of centers. You're the Los Angeles Lakers. You have Vlade Divac, which is a center. You need centers to go up with these other centers. But what does he do? I will trade my center, my big man, for Kobe Bryant. That says a lot.
And I think that pick. So what happened was, I think the Timberwolves selected Kobe, and then
no, it was the Hornets.
The Hornets select Kobe, and then Jerry West calls him on the phone and says, "Hey, Lally Divac."
Yeah.
And I guess I don't think the Lakers picked yet. Correct? I don't think they picked yet.
Yeah, I don't know how that worked out.
Yeah, I don't. But anyways, they sent a package into something else
to get Kobe,
and Kobe came back to Los Angeles.
Yep. So that says so much. Like, you could just see the aura, the star power in this person before he even. That's why
he took a shot in the dark too, because Larry Divac was a good player.
He was a solid player. That's what I'm saying. When you're in an era with centers and you have a center and you're saying, I'm going to trade this center for a 2-guard.
That's somebody that's just a rookie that's just coming to
out of high school.
Out of high school, you don't know nothing about.
What was his first game? He was only 18 years old when he played
18,
his first
19, something like that. It's like they said, you don't know nothing about this kid.
No.
He just comes out of nowhere.
Yep.
And then Jay West is like,
he sees it.
I want you.
And he sees it.
He says, I'm not saying that Larry Divac wasn't a superstar. He wasn't a superstar, but he was a solid, probably above average NBA player established.
Yeah, I don't think he made an all-star team, but he was a solid big man, definitely.
People would have, if Kobe would have shit the bed, the Lakers fans would be like, come on now, you give up Lottie Divac.
But I'm going to give you even one better. They already had a 2-guard. They had Eddie Jones. He was an all-star guard.
Did they send him too? I think they sent him in the package deal too.
No, they didn't.
They
so that's why Kobe didn't start. So Kobe Bryant was behind Eddie Jones. And we talked about this on the show. That's why I loved Kobe so much, because of his come-up story. He came off the bench. Remember, I don't know if you remember that Utah series. Was it the Western Conference semifinals?
I was one, Mel. I was one in 96, so 97? I wouldn't know.
Okay. Well, I remember it. Kobe Bryant airballed so many shots in that game. And Shaq put his arm around him and said it's going to be okay, because everybody saw the star power.
But Shaq wasn't on the Lakers then,
was he? Yes, he was.
He was, okay.
So I think after they traded... See, Jerry West is a mastermind. My mind's blown now. He knew he was going to get Shaq. Jerry West knew he could get Shaq. So it's okay if we let Vlade Divac go, because we got Shaq coming. So now we have Shaq, and we can get this young Kobe Bryant.
That has potential,
yes. But again, he knew
that Kobe's going to be something. He knew that. He looked at it and said he's going to be a star.
Because they already had Eddie Jones. Eddie Jones was a damn good player.
They got rid of him, I think, after 1 or 2 years.
He went to Miami.
Did they trade him, or did they let him go?
That I don't know. I don't know if he was a free agent or they traded him. That I don't know. But when Eddie Jones left, Kobe took that spot and he never looked back. He just went off. He just skyrocketed to the top. Like, his whole game was complete.
So his first year, he kind of didn't have a lot of points.
I think he might have averaged 7 to 9 points a game his first year. Then it just went up and up until he's averaging his highest. He averaged 35 points a game.
Wow, so he definitely went up, and Jerry West is sitting back in his GM seat like, oh,
it worked out.
Hornets, you suck.
Yeah, the Hornets didn't.
They was dumb. I would be like, I am not trading Kobe. They just didn't see it.
They didn't see it, but they were lacking a center, so that's why they probably said, okay, we need a center. They might have had Kendall Gill.
Jerry West,
he knows.
He took advantage of
it's like,
weakness.
Okay, but it's a chess move. We know you need this. You already have a 2-guard. Even though we already have one, we see potential in Kobe. We'll take him and we'll give you this.
Somebody that's at the end.
B- center. Yeah, he's like a B-.
Yeah, but basically he probably at the end of his career almost, probably.
Who that?
Vlade Divac.
No, Vlade Divac played for a long time.
Was he like a young buck?
I think around then. I don't know when he was
25,
drafted.
26, 27 maybe.
I don't know. Because he played for the Hornets, then he went to the Kings. He was playing up until like 2000 they were actually in that series when the Lakers played the Kings in 2001, 2002. So, yeah, he had a couple good years in him. But, yeah, you got an 18-year-old coming, and he's – yeah.
I feel like maybe they would say he was 25, 26.
He could have been something like that.
25, 26 center. Maybe what else was involved in that deal. Actually, I can actually look that deal up, actually.
Yeah, you can.
If I'm really nosy about, which I am nosy.
But more about Kobe, just to keep going on about him. He got into the slam dunk contest, I think, his rookie year and won it. He didn't win Rookie of the Year. Kobe Bryant was part of one of the best drafts of NBA history. The 96 draft with Iverson, Ray Allen, Kobe Bryant, Steve Nash, Antoine Walker was in that trade.
So the Charlotte Hornets selected Kobe Bryant with the 13th overall pick, immediately traded him to Los Angeles for Divac. But while talking to Charlotte, he also said that the Hornets wasn't even sure if they would be able to draft him at all.
Oh, so a lot of people passed over Kobe. He should have went higher. Of course, he should have went higher.
Yeah, of course, 13. That's like 5. The Donovan Mitchell.
Oh yeah,
basically.
Yeah.
So Kobe before the draft would be like discussing from picking him. The Lakers could expect the trade with them. Only problem is New Jersey Nets was thinking about taking Bryant with the 8th overall pick. That's when Tatum met with the Coach Stroud.
And I think the Nets
GM
picked
convinced
Kerry
them to
Kittles.
Pass.
Okay.
They passed on him.
And they got Kerry Kittles. Can you pull up the 96 draft?
Yes, I can.
Because I want to know all the players who went before Kobe.
Yeah, the 96.
Iverson was number 1. I know that. Ray Allen was up there. I don't know if he was number 2 or what.
I think he was number 2.
Oh, Ray Allen was?
Yeah, I know that for fact because I played in the old NBA games, and it says when he was drafted in the thing. The 96 NBA draft.
Yeah, so
there's some good players came out of here.
Oh, hell, that's one of the best. It's either that draft or Michael Jordan's draft. Michael Jordan had a great draft class, too. But, yeah, you take Kerry Kittles over Kobe. I would. Antoine Walker might have been even picked over Kobe too.
What?
Yeah.
Let me see. Is it popping up? Is it going to pop up?
Okay.
96 repicking.
Yeah. But there's never going to be another Kobe. Are they showing?
So Iverson obviously was the number one. Steve Nash was in that draft.
Yep.
Ray Allen was in that draft.
Ben Wallace. I didn't know he was in there.
He was in that draft. Marcus Camby.
That was a tough. Yeah, I forgot Camby was in it. Jermaine O'Neal was. I forgot about him too.
Whoever that is.
Peja Stojakovic.
Yeah.
Stephon Marbury. He was in that draft, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, that draft was so good.
Ilgauskas. Yeah, Zout. Yep.
Oh, that draft was so good.
Derek Fisher. Original.
I know him and Kobe. Started with the Lakers together. Kerry Kittles. That's where did he go? Number 8. That was supposed to be Kobe's spot.
Yep. Kobe went number 13. The 13th pick.
Oh my God! I forgot all those players. I forgot Marbury was in that draft. That might be the best draft of all time.
Might have been, but
because Jordan's draft was good too. But
how do you, if you're the Nets and you that person's like, I know something's in Kobe, and let's get him. Okay. Why did that person give?
I'll tell you why. Okay. Because Kerry Kittles was good in Villanova. I think he went to Villanova, and he was a stud. I mean, he was like a sharp shooter. He could shoot, but sometimes your game doesn't translate to the next level, and that's what happened.
So he kind of fade away after a number of years.
Yeah, but a lot of those players like Antoine Walker, Marbury had a good career, but Iverson had a good career, but no one had a better career than Kobe. Kobe had a better career than all of them.
He slid for so long down to the 13th pick.
Yeah.
And I think West knew it.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If you have that eye for talent.
But that's what I'm saying. But let's do this. Let's do the redo. Let's say if the Nets do take Kobe over Kittles, I don't think Jerry West gets that deal. I don't think
he might not.
That's what I'm saying. Just imagine a do-over draft. The Nets actually use their head and not let somebody come, like the GM that was drafted in that draft. Should not listen to that outside voice. They would have took Kobe. Would Jerry West be able to pull off that trade?
So again,
without giving up too much.
Right. The question would still be, I don't know who the Nets center was. So if they had a center, they'd be like, no, we don't need Divac. We already have a center.
Basically, so what could Jerry West?
Yeah, he might have offered them something else. He might have said, okay, I'll give you Eddie Jones, because he had Eddie Jones. He had Nick Van Exel. He had some good pieces.
He probably could give up those two pieces, maybe a first round pick in the year after or the 97 draft.
Yeah, because if you're Jerry West and you can just, he's going to make that move.
He's going to do whatever he's going to do to get that pit and get that piece. But like I was saying, like he had some things already there already. He probably had to give up more than what he did. He gave up Divac, and I think a pick. I think if I read correctly, right there. So he's like, he didn't give up a lot, but at the same time, is just imagine if the Nets would have chose Kobe, how difficult it would have been for Jerry West to make that trade happen on draft night. It would have been a lot harder. A lot more pieces would have been moved.
But I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm glad that everything fell into place, because in my opinion, the Lakers are the best. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say they're the best franchise in all of sports.
Look, the Celtics can definitely win.
The Celtics can be up there too.
They have the 27 championships almost.
But I'm gonna give you this. I guarantee you.
To the Yankees, man.
I'm gonna give you this though. I guarantee that we'll stay with LA Lakers. We'll stay with basketball. If you give a player a chance to play for LA or Boston, they're going to LA. I mean, because it's the weather. You still have the championships. You've got. There's more players.
Nothing out of the Celtics.
No disrespect to the Celtics.
They have more, they think they have more championships than what the Lakers have.
They might have one or two.
Yeah.
But I'll say with the Lakers, with the weather and all that, if you look down the long list of players who play for the Lakers, they're going to outshine the Celtics easily.
But you're not going to forget Kevin Garnett,
Ray
Allen,
no, Larry Bird, Dennis Johnson, Kevin McHale, Robert Perry. They have you can go back, Bob Cousy.
They have, but guess who's
Bill
on the list?
Russell. How can we forget Bill Russell?
Yes, and guess they got like a list on the Lakers. Guess who's in there? Jerry West.
Yes.
Play for the Lakers.
Yep. And that's what I'm saying. Like, they've had success.
Kareem.
Okay, but I'm gonna give you this. The Lakers have progressed throughout each era. So when you talk about when they first started, when they had George Mikan and all them, they were winning. When they had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, they were winning.
Same with Jerry West.
Jerry West, they were winning. Magic Johnson, they were winning. Then you go to the next era with Kobe Bryant and Shaq, they're winning.
Yep.
And now we're back. I mean, we had a nice amount of time.
But there's some talk that Anthony Davis, I'm not trying to change subject, but Anthony Davis might want to
go to Chicago.
Yeah, I was seeing about a lot of stuff that he hasn't talked contract extension. He's in the contract year too. I'll
say this, and then we're going to get back to Kobe. I'll say this: Anthony Davis. If I was him, LeBron's going to leave soon, and it's both their teams, but it's going to be Anthony Davis's team. Why would you want to leave LA? I mean, everything's there for you. People might not want to go to Chicago because of the weather, and that's why they say a lot of people didn't want to go to Cleveland with LeBron.
I'm gonna be honest with you though. I don't have a problem with the Lakers. I think Chicago has a little bit more pieces right now, and then what the Lakers do, because like I said, you got LeBron, you got Anthony, you got Rondo, you got all these pieces I'm naming are old heads other than Anthony Davis.
Yeah, and that's going to be the problem. That's gonna be the problem. When they retire, it's going to be rebuilding.
That's what I'm saying. Then you got Chicago, where you got God,
they have young pieces.
You got Zach LaVine.
Yeah, Zach LaVine's good.
And then you got they're kicking off. Then you got this young buck. Wendell Carter Jr. that could be something that's developing now in Chicago. It could be a piece there. I don't know all the pieces there. They got Chris Dunn that's showing some life.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. So if you're Anthony Davis, what do you do?
Yeah, he's got to make a decision because the Lakers gave up a lot of picks.
They did.
And then Dwight Howard's old, Rondo's old.
Yep.
Jared Dudley's old. They better not trade Kuzma. They need to keep any young pieces they can.
There was some talk about Zach LaVine coming back and Kuzma going out. I was hearing about that trade possibility.
Wow, if we got Zach LaVine, that'd be interesting.
That would be interesting.
Sheesh.
Because he's better than Kuzma. I love Kuzma. Don't get me wrong, I love Kuzma, but Zach LaVine is obviously better. His stats prove.
Yeah, his stats only because he's the main person. So if you put Kuzma on a team and he's the main person, Kuzma's already showed with LeBron and AD were out, he put up 30 points. Easy. So Kuzma might need his own team. But we're going to reel this back into Kobe.
But just like I said, I'm going to say one last thing and we'll go reel back into Kobe, is that if I'm Anthony Davis, I'm going to the Bulls because of all that young talent. Got Zach LaVine now that's only 23 years old. Damn, the guy's only young. 23. And then you got, like I said, Wendell Carter Jr. That could be something, and all the other small pieces that's around compared to the Lakers is about to go back to rebuilding, so they're not going to win probably for another 3-4 years, 5 years maybe. So, all right, let's reel it back in. Yep.
Yeah, I just wanted to wrap this up. We're at 47 minutes, and we don't have to, stretch the time out just to make time. But, like Kobe, I've always said this, he's definitely my top 5 players of all time. When I talk about killer instinct, he's 1A or 1B to Michael Jordan. There's no other person that I've seen outside of Jordan who has a killer instinct like Kobe Bryant.
But Michael Jordan set the bar for all these guys.
Did.
We got to realize that. In my opinion, MJ is the best of all time. Number one, no question. He's the one that set the bar for Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Allen Iverson, Kareem, all these other legends, Larry Bird, stuff like that. He's the one that set the bar.
But the beautiful thing about Kobe, I think, was he came in when Jordan was going out, so Jordan gave him a whole bunch of game. Like, Jordan seen it too. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Jordan saw that too in Kobe. He saw. You talk about Iverson came in. T-Mac was there. Vince Carter was playing.
Vince Carter's still playing.
Yeah, he's still playing. But out of all these players, he saw Kobe and was like, yeah, him. He gave him the okay. You see pictures of him and Jordan kind of together, and Jordan's just giving him game. He wasn't doing that to anybody else. Paul Pierce, all these other players were playing.
Paul Pierce was nice.
Yeah, he was real nice. Ray Allen, all these players.
Yeah, all these players that played for the Celtics.
Yeah.
They have some great players, like we said, we discussed that.
They did. But for Jordan, first for Jerry West and his eye to see that, and then when Jordan saw him playing, and he was like, yeah.
Jerry West hit this shit on the head.
Yeah. So, I mean, that just.
But now, Michael Jordan is just sucking ass cheeks with the Hornets.
That's a whole nother subject.
That's a whole nother subject. Because, how are you going to sick talent with Kobe, but you can't even get talent on your own damn team.
But we talked about that. I think Jordan is in it for money. He probably doesn't care about winning. If he can put a team out there and doesn't have to pay a max salary, he just let Kemba walk. He doesn't have to pay out a max salary.
He's stupid
because he doesn't. He probably doesn't care. If my Charlotte Hornets can make, I don't know how much they probably make in a year. They make a good amount of money. And okay, so we talk about businesses.
What if some people stop coming because you're not putting the product on the floor to win?
Yeah,
then that's going to hit
I'm sure their attendance is low because if they first of all they don't have any type of
star,
no star, and you got a losing record. So some people, if you're just a basketball purist, or if you have like James Harden or LeBron or any of these stars coming, then you'll come to the home games to watch the other teams play. But yeah, to me, I think Jordan's doing it as a business move. I mean, he doesn't have to because he has Jordan Brand. He's signing people endorsement deals. Didn't Zion Williamson sign with Jordan?
I believe so. He's stupid.
So Jordan is generating all this money.
He's just plain out stupid.
If he wanted to win, he would have kept Kemba Walker.
No, I want to win. No, I'm not saying Kemba Walker is not the answer, but obviously
he would have kept him.
I would have kept him. But things, would you have enough money to throw around? Because Kemba wanted top dollar. So could you afford Kemba and maybe go out and get yourself another 2 more pieces, maybe, in a hole on your roster? Hell no, because Kemba was going to get paid more. I forget what the offer was, but it pretty much slapped Kemba in the face. That's why Kemba, because Kemba came out and said he wanted to stay in Charlotte.
Yeah, but we saw how they've treated Isaiah Thomas, where he played for the Celtics, and his sister had an untimely passing, and he still played in the game. And what they do the next year, they get him up out of here. So we see this all the time at jobs.
It's business.
You're loyal to your job, and they still say,
get the fuck out.
Yeah, because it's about the company.
It's about if it makes him feel better.
Yeah.
It's all business. So
it's all money.
That's what I'm saying.
Bottom line.
MJ is all about money. Like I said, I'm trying to give the city of Charlotte a freaking NBA championship. How many you got? 0. You got 0.
Well, first of all, Charlotte's not winning an NBA championship probably in my lifetime, bro. I don't
Unless
see them
MJ
winning.
sells the team and gets somebody else in there that's owner,
or if
gets
there's
somebody else control.
Or if there's a change of mindset where it's like, okay, I will do anything. Okay, so the LA Clippers owner, he's going to do anything to win. He went out and got Kawhi Leonard and got Paul George.
For what?
He wants to win.
But the thing he gave rid of Alexander, though, that kid right there, what's his name? Alexander, that kid, that the cousin of the one that's with the Pelicans, but the one that
okay, I don't know.
The one that he's with the Thunder now, he's putting up like.
Oh yeah, okay, him. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, they gave him up, that young piece that they could have kept.
Yeah, but you know what? I think the LA Clippers are in a because Kawhi's not that old. He's old, but he's
Paul
not that. But Paul George is.
He's 28, 29. He's hitting 30.
But they haven't even hit 30. A lot of people say when you hit 30, that's your peak. So 30 should be where you're at. But
he's in a new contract, so they don't have to worry about both of them. So
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If Mike really wanted to do it, he would go all out and get the players. And Michael Jordan has so much influence. When the players come to Charlotte, Michael Jordan can be in their ear like, come play for me. So first you have to get your organization right.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan already has the respect.
That's what I'm saying, but nobody's going to come to his organization because you know what? He's sloppy. He doesn't care. Even though you're going to show your checkbook, superstars don't want to hear that. Some superstars don't worry about money. They want to win. They want to win. Saying. Some superstars will just go for the money. I guarantee he probably can scoop up. Probably can get D'Angelo Russell like it's going out of style.
Right. And Charlotte is not a bad place. I mean, you have the Southern hospitality. What's that? That's in North Carolina, right?
Yeah, North Carolina. Yeah. Okay. And I'm a Panthers fan, so like I said, I would love to go see a game. To be honest with you, right now, I could literally go watch if I'm done watching the Panthers, I could go watch a Charlotte game cheap. I guarantee the tickets is not that expensive.
It's almost like when the Sixers, when they had their losing seasons, and you can get seats for $20. So I'm sure their seats are cheap. But again, he's not paying his players that much, so it's not hitting him that hard. But we're almost at the end of the show. We do want to let me give my condolences to Brian's parents and his wife and his other children. It's a sad event, and we were very passionate on this show because we want answers. Yeah,
I really want answers. Like, even though I didn't follow Kobe Bryant like that, I just got into basketball recently. I knew of Kobe. I know what he has done. I always saw him in the news. Like I said, when Kobe was in his prime of his career, I really didn't pay attention. I was a kid. I was in elementary, middle, high school. I really didn't pay attention. But knowing that how much affected this man had on people, and he had 5 daughters. His other daughters are obviously still alive, correct? Yeah. I just feel bad for his wife.
I think his 2 daughters survived. Well, 2 daughters he left behind.
Yeah, and I feel sorry for his wife and his daughters that they lost a sister and their dad, and to all the other people other people that was on that plane lost their lives too. On the helicopter lost their lives too. Again, we have really respect for what happened. This show was just to talk about why, how we feeling and why.
Because I feel
it doesn't add up.
Yes, and there has to be some type of justice somewhere if there was foul play. Now, this was the same day it happened. Is. Okay, but this was the same day it happened. I was talking to somebody at the place I work, and we kind of came up with that on the spot. Like, there has to be some type of foul play. So we knew from the beginning something would have to hit the helicopter for it to fall. It just doesn't fall for no reason.
But the thing is, even if something did, you assume the pilot would try to get himself. That's what we kept talking about. He would try to make a save.
He wouldn't just let it nosedive. The way that looked like, he just let it go.
It seemed like he just let it go.
It doesn't make sense.
It seemed like it doesn't look like he even tried to pull up. Maybe did.
We don't know.
The thing is, we don't know. It's on stream. Did he do something to them on the plane before crashing it? Did they feel that impact? What happened? What happened on that helicopter? Did he kill them before he run the plane into the thing?
I doubt that. I don't want to get into those speculations.
No, we can't get into. But the thing is,
I'm just going off
wondering.
I'm just going off the facts that I read. These sources are coming out with facts. Things that they have seen.
Or they
uncovered. And you have experts. You're bringing in expert pilots to explain what happened. And it still doesn't make sense.
Even the experts can tell you that this is baloney.
Well, no, this is what I'm saying. The experts are saying if he's in the fog, these people have been these were actually people in the military who flew planes. So they're saying if there's fog, he could have been disoriented, but then my question is, you have gears on the helicopter. You can look at your gears and your gauges. They're going to tell you.
So with all these people that are saying all this, they're full of crap. Let's get that straight. They're full of crap already, saying that he gets what? Like how is he getting so oriented? Like why is he getting so confused? Knowing that you and I can look at a gauge.
Let me give you this. If he's so confused, how is he able to just fly around in the circle waiting for...
Thank you. Amen. He just answered that. In the fog is right there. This is before you left the ground to go up high for some reason, supposedly go above the fog, circling the fog like that. So if he was oriented,
disoriented,
you wouldn't go up. You would just be, oh shit, but this doesn't feel good. I'll go back down.
But with everything we just said, he couldn't have been disoriented because he knew which way was up because he tried to fly up. He was circling around waiting for air traffic control to get back to him. He knew.
Did he go up? I think he go up a little bit more because I think it did say because we talked about it earlier.
It was 2,300 feet.
Yeah, but was he down below that before then went up, then the plane crashed? That's what I was getting.
I don't get it.
That's the way that you was explaining, the way that these facts were coming out. That's what I'm looking at. It looked like that he was just circling. Then he went up, and then something happened after he went up, and it came. That's what I'm getting at.
Okay, but then there's this question: if you're circling around waiting for air traffic control to get back to you, then why didn't you go up in the first place? Yeah. Why were you circling and then just decided, let me just go up? Because air traffic control never got back to him. By the time air traffic control, I guess, was going to get back to him, the tragedy already happened. It's too many unanswered questions.
And plus, with that scenario, for one, you go up off the ground knowing that it's high fog, that they probably tell you not to go in that. So you're already up in the air, waiting for air traffic. Air traffic shouldn't take that long. But at the same time, as you're going up in the air, like I said, this is what I'm piecing together. The moments of the events leading up to the crash. Okay, he goes up, circles around, asks air traffic for clearance. Okay, probably do this a little bit more. No response. High. Then crash.
Have we not seen helicopters before? Why do you have to go in a circle? Can't a helicopter just sustain its place?
Bingo.
It would just stay in one spot. It's just sitting there. It can hover.
It can hover, yeah.
So why would he have to keep going around? And again, we're not experts, but more information is going to come out.
It's more information going to come out. Like I said, the way that I'm piecing together, like I said, is circling around, asks traffic control for clearance, still waiting on it, goes up, crash happens, boom, news breaks. That's what I think that's and an eggshell. That's what I think that's happened. I think that's what happened right there, because like you said, we got some of the bits and pieces. This is actual facts that we said in the beginning of the show that they said that he was hovering, waiting for traffic control. Even you said you asked him that he went up. Yeah,
he went up,
and then
I think to try to go over the
supposedly over the fog.
But here's the question: was he not going to wait for air traffic control to get back to him and say, "Okay, if I just fly over the fog"? But then you're breaking rules and you're putting people at risk.
Exactly.
I don't get it.
Because they didn't give him clearance yet. They didn't even deny him yet. They didn't even give him an answer yet. So you going up that high, try to say, oh my God, okay, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go over the fog just because I need to get somewhere. But then all of a sudden, after you get that, all of a sudden something happens and all of a sudden now you're dead.
So can you look something up?
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to go over an hour, but this is a special episode. Can you look up how high a helicopter can go?
Yes.
So I want to know how high a helicopter can go. That way we know if it exceeded those heights and maybe something happened to it.
How high can a helicopter go? How high can...
Because it just doesn't make any sense for a helicopter just fall from the sky.
Helicopter. I don't know.
For no reason.
Go.
At all.
It doesn't make sense. Like I said, I'm kind of frustrated because I'm trying to figure out what the... So altitude of 500 feet above the surface... over open water or in popular areas in case that the aircraft may not be operable closer to than 500 feet to any person, vessel, vehicle, or structure. That's what it says.
It's got to be more than 500 feet. If they went 2,300 feet above the surface, except over I don't get it.
I don't get that.
That said 2,300 feet.
Yeah, so he was higher than the freaking kite. All jokes aside, I'm just being serious.
No, I understand what you're saying, but is that saying that's
I said
the max that
I said how high can a helicopter go on Google?
Just put in max height.
Because max height.
Because it did say 2,300 feet. The
height can a helicopter go? Well, yep. All right, here we go.
Okay.
This better one. Helicopters can reach up to 25,000 feet. See, by maximum height at which a helicopter can hover is over a high performance helicopter like okay, so pretty much tells you I don't give a shit.
So helicopter can hover. Where does it say hover? Okay, it's much lower. So, okay, hovering is lower than actually flying.
But the thing is, so he went up 2,300 feet. That's 25.
Yeah, so, okay, they weren't even close.
No.
So 25,000 feet, and they were up 2,300. Okay, so they weren't close to the maximum height.
No.
So nothing should have failed.
Bam, we just proved something on this show, guys. Guys, like, you let us know. Did we just prove something right here? Because I think we did. Because we just pulled that up. Like we just said, 25,000 feet?
25,000 feet is the maximum height
that you can go up, but you was up at 2,300.
So nothing should have failed.
Nothing should have failed. Plus, that made more sense. Now it's starting to make sense because the fact is, you wasn't up that high. Instead, you still be able to. Still, you crashed and everybody perished. Like, how does that make sense? And you still crashed at 2,300 feet. You still crash. And you have, again, we started almost a 10,000 hour pilot. That's a professional pilot that is at 8,000 hours. That's been trained from day one, from hour one, and nothing failed. Nothing failed.
And like we just looked up, we just spoke about helicopters being able to just hover, like stay in one spot and hover. So they could have just did that.
Yeah,
but the initial question is, why would you take off and then ask for clearance? You ask for clearance first, and then you take the
I don't think anybody cares that right now. I think they care about what we just proved.
They should.
No, I'm saying this is what, the audience, we just proved something now.
We did.
We proved that the fact is that he was up at 2,300 feet, and the maximum is over 25,000, and he wasn't even close, so we know nothing freaking fell on the helicopter.
Yes, but this is strong. We're making too many strong points.
It is, and we just made one right there.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. There's so many holes in this story. It's not just like one hole that we could just be okay over. No, listen to this whole podcast back. I know I'm going to listen to this like 2 or 3 times.
Me too, to figure out
because we've made some pretty good points.
And right there, we proved that. You and I just proved something right there. We proved that there was. It could. I'm thinking foul play. Just to buy the thing that we just looked up, 2,300 feet, and you still crash with the engine still revving, and you're not, and there's nothing in the air other than fog. Nothing's coming at you. There was not a volcano. There was nothing hitting to the motor. Nothing's going on.
It's nothing.
It's nothing around you in the area that you can see that it crashed. So what?
So here's another question we, I guess, should ask. What is the news not telling us?
The news.
Okay, so
yeah.
So that's always an adage too. It's not always what someone says. You can also learn a lot about what people don't say.
That's what I'm saying. The news,
so what aren't they telling us?
So they know more. The authorities know more than what they're given. I've watched a lot of cop shows that I know that are scripted and stuff like that because it's a show. That they even do shit in nail that they don't give everything to the press. So there's something else that these people are holding information on.
They're not telling us.
They're not telling us. So what you and I just. Like I said, we just keep going over because it sticks as a sore thumb. We just prove it. 2,300 feet, and you still crashed. And the professional pilot will actually, if you was up all the way.
They
up
weren't
to the
even
max.
close to the max.
Exactly.
They weren't even 5,000 feet, and
no.
you want to say 25,000 is the maximum.
It's the maximum
height.
that you can go high, and you still crash at a 2,300 feet
man.
up in the air. How fishy does that sound? You tell me, how fishy does that sound? Sounds pretty fishy to me.
Well, this has been episode 21, and we want to let's leave on a high note.
Yeah,
please, let's leave on a high note. Again, Kobe Bryant is always going to be remembered as a legend, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, one of the best competitors of all time in any sport, one of the greatest winners, champions of all time. He's decorated Olympic gold medals, NBA championships. He's got MVPs. Finals MVPs. The list goes on and on. But more importantly than all of those accolades that he had in sports, he was a great father. That is what, I don't know. I still can't believe it.
I can't believe it. And like I said, this show's been really emotional. Like I said, I didn't follow Kobe like that, but he's still a human.
Yeah.
He's still a human. And it's like it's like his wife and the rest of the kids is gonna miss a dad.
They are
gonna miss a sister.
They are, but you know what? I think his legacy.
Because I know I shouldn't say this, but I don't care because I'm frustrated that 2,300 feet and you still crash on a professional level though. Yeah. So there has to be something else that we don't know that we're probably never gonna know unless the county wants to keep it. I guarantee you. It's going to come out, and when it comes out, it's going to...
Well, let's end the show, but leave it like this.
Leave it open.
Yeah, but if anyone has heard any other information, please leave comments so we can see it. Maybe there's some things we overlooked, or there's some news outlets that said things that I didn't get to read, but you're going to have to fill in every one of the holes that we've exposed today.
Yeah.
All the whys that we've had on this show, you're going to have to fill all those in to convince us that there wasn't any type of foul play, because
it is foul.
Aircraft just don't fall out of the sky for no reason.
Look at his hours. Like I said, I keep going back to that. These viewers, these listeners need to know that. Look at this guy's track record. Again, we said it in the beginning of the show of almost 9,000 hours. 9,000 hours, and you was only going up 2,300 up in it, and 9,000 hours beats 2,300, and plus he knew what was up, what was down, what was side to side, left to right.
Because who's to say this stuff is true? This is what we're just hearing. Who's to say he actually was circling around? But if you're an expert pilot, why would you just go around in a circle when you can just hover? We just saw it was like 500 feet where you can hover, just that 500 feet.
Yeah, like I said, 25,000 is the max height that you can go up in the air with a helicopter. So, but at the same time, as you crash at, like, again, I'm sorry, I keep bringing them because it
doesn't make sense.
It sticks out like a sore thumb. I know, again, we left a lot of holes for you guys. We want you guys to comment. Let us know what you think.
Right.
Give us evidence saying that this is not true, that Kobe didn't, and everybody that's on that plane, just not him, but everybody that's on the plane, including his daughter, everybody on that plane, helicopter perished that day. What do you guys think? What happened? What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Because we think it's more than just
it's
what people say. It's something being left out. There's something bigger to this.
Yeah. And we're saying this not to just to be talking. No, I'll speak for myself. I actually love Kobe Bryant. He's somebody you could look at and say, if I can attack certain situations with his mindset, then I can overcome a lot. And
but I don't even follow Kobe that much, but still doesn't matter. He's a human being.
He's a human.
He doesn't deserve to what happened.
Like we just said, even if it's the garbage man from around the corner,
it doesn't matter.
That's somebody's father.
Exactly.
And
somebody's
son. You would want answers for something that's unexplained. And that's all we're doing. We want answers because there's so much that's unexplained. But this has been episode 21 of Something Like a Podcast. I am the 1RM.
And I'm Aaron Swarm.
Until next time.
Peace out, guys. Have a good night.